You people are so quietly
do
noisy. I can hear your mouth opening over there. You're leaning around. I can hear it.
Leaning around.
Why don't you lean on my dick?
Hello and welcome to Peeves and Qs, your podcast where we ask each other questions and talk about what's annoying us each and every week. A little bit late this time, but that's okay.
No problem. It's the holiday.
It's the holidays. What can you expect? So yeah, hello. I'm your host, Mr. Red, taking a break from Mario Maker 2 just to be here for you guys.
Oh, thank you so much.
It was really hard to tear myself away, but, what can you do? With me is Clever Girl.
Hi, I'm also taking a break of watching Alex play Mario Maker 2.
That's voluntarily. You could play it as well. There's also Doopy.
And I'm taking a break from life.
What?
He has 2 days off in a row.
Yeah,
It never fucking happens that way.
I'm Alex and you're Jody.
Yes.
And you're still Doopy.
I'm glad we cleared up your amnesia.
Yeah. What? I don't have amnesia. Who said I have amnesia? Welcome to Peeves and Qs, where we don't laugh at my jokes. Fine.
That's right.
All right, so let's move on to our first segment. How are you guys?
Good. We went to a virtual reality arcade.
VR-cade is what we went
last
to.
night for the first time.
It was so incredible.
Have you ever been to one?
I actually went to the Sandbox arcade over in Flint.
Okay.
There's one not that far. Yeah, I only got about 30 minutes, but it's still pretty fucking cool.
That's really cool.
That is awesome.
What did you play?
I played this one, I think it was called Riot Train, where literally you're just like on a train trying to defend the train from like this post-apocalyptic situation. It's very Mad Max because these cars are coming at you trying to destroy the train, and you're you got AK-47s and rocket launchers. Then all of a sudden helicopters start getting involved, and you're just sitting there like, fuck, all I got to defend myself is a rocket launcher and a riot shield.
Cool.
So that was kind of cool. The one game I wanted to play, they didn't have there.
And what was that?
Doom VR.
Doom VR.
I want to fucking play that so bad.
Doomver.
What is Doom VR?
Doom VR is exactly as advertised. It is the 2016 Doom game run through the VR system. As far as I know,
Jody
doesn't know what Doom is.
Yeah.
But that's
I don't know what Doom is.
Don't know one of the most historically...
Is it like Dr. Doom?
No. It's just like you go to hell and shoot demons.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool.
It's one of the most historically important games that ever flooded into the market.
I will have to play it.
Well, you probably won't like it. It was the game that people who don't like video games and want them to be banished will blame the Columbine
Well,
massacre
it's not
on.
necessarily that. Well, they started doing that with like Mortal Kombat more than Doom, but Doom definitely did play a part in that.
Didn't help. So
good to know.
But it was one of the earliest popular games that everybody played and had, so it is historically significant.
It's very easy to suggest that game also mainstreamed and or spearheaded first-person shooters, because at the time it was one of the very first-person shooters, other than
first-person shooters, too.
Other than Wolfenstein 3D, and there's another one that I forgot off the top of my head.
Duck Hunter.
I'm not sure if that qualifies. I guess
yes, it does.
Yeah, why wouldn't it?
I mean,
I
think it's more of like an arcade-based shooter, but
it's a first-person shooter.
Okay, well, I guess by that logic, I am wrong. Anyway.
Well, you did say it was
write
one
in and tell us if we're wrong.
Oh, we're not wrong, but write in and tell us how right you're
technically, you are correct. It is in the first person, and you are shooting things.
Thank you.
It's just not... whatever the fuck.
Yeah. So, you played that in VR, and it was a lot of fun?
I never got to play that. That's the one I wanted to play. When I went to the VR arcade, I really wanted to play that game.
Well, we'll have to go.
I mean, I'd fucking love to. I would absolutely love to. I would love to shoot as many demons as humanly possible.
I think we all feel that way.
Yeah.
We played an Escape the Basement. It's called Escape VR, The Basement, I think. And,
Yep.
It was basically an escape game in VR.
It was awesome.
It was really cool. You could because it was a physics engine was in there, so you could throw stuff around and it would knock stuff over and it would break. I spent, this was my first time using VR, so I just thought it was really cool. I spent the first couple minutes just throwing stuff in the air and then catching it with my other hand, because I didn't think you'd be able to do that. But
it's so fucking nifty when you actually get to do that.
Yeah.
At one point you had to get under the bed, and I didn't know that I actually had to crouch down to get under the bed. So I went under there, and they're like, you cannot be in this area, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what? But then, like, my screen just kept, like, shutting off.
Glitching
I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But I meant, because I didn't, like, crouch down to actually get down.
Right.
Because I didn't want to look stupid.
Yeah.
No, VR, you gotta be used to doing that weird stuff.
Right.
I almost fell, too. Like, because in the game there was, like, this, like, workbench or whatever, and I went to, like, lean down to pick up something, and I went to put my hand on the invisible, like,
desk
counter.
to pull yourself up.
Yeah, and, like literally almost face planted it.
I was doing stuff like that as a joke. Like, I was looking under a desk for something and I couldn't find it, so I was like, whatever. And then as I was getting up from the desk, I put my hands where the desk would be and pretended to push myself up. Because outside of the booth that you were in, because you had like this open booth area that had walls, padded walls, but there's one empty one. The fourth wall is gone, as they say. And in the front of it, there's a screen, and it shows whatever you're seeing. So, like, the people outside could see what you're doing in the game.
Right.
And if you had people with you that weren't on VR, they could, like, look at it. And I was just hoping that people were watching me, like...
actually get up.
Maneuver through here and, like, actually do stuff like that. It was fun. But there was also a toilet in there, and we thought that you were supposed to look for clues in it. So I was, like, reaching my hand in the toilet water. And it weirdly, like, kind of felt like I was reaching into a bowl of water.
Oh.
Like, it was actually gross and being like, oh, I don't want to do this, even though it's just a video game. It's all fake. You're not there.
Well, that's the thing about VR. It's, like,
very
certain
immersive.
things feel a little bit too realistic. Even though you don't feel the sensations of them.
Yeah.
I will say you guys are lucky you got a booth. When I first went, all the booths were taken up because there was, like, a huge group that bought 3 hours worth of VR.
Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So we had to be on the very outside in the, I don't want to say, I guess you could call it the tutorial ones where you practice before you get in the booth.
Yeah.
Right.
And we played out there. As soon as people came in, they saw us doing all the weird shit.
All the weird.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we booked online to make sure that we had.
Yeah.
Right. That's a smarter idea. We went for a buddy of mine's name's Jane's birthday, and we didn't call ahead of time because we're like, it's a new thing. How booked can it be? Extremely.
Very. Yeah.
Extremely fucking booked.
We also played Beat Saber, which rules.
That was awesome. Like, I want to get VR just for that game.
Beat Saber, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's really popular right now.
I played it on, like, hard mode, and I guess Alex didn't.
Oh, you keep saying this. I played on expert mode, which is harder than hard mode.
But I had more difficult things than he did. So.
Yeah, it was really weird. Because our conversation after, because we didn't play, obviously, we weren't in the same area. We both had different
booths
VR headsets,
right next to each other,
different booths. We could talk to each other, but afterwards we were talking about our experience, and we were like, somehow she said, like, that was all in the tutorial, and I said, I didn't play the tutorial. I didn't even know there was one. She's like, really? So how'd you know what to do when, like, the walls came at you or whatever? And I was like, What are you talking about? What walls? I never got any, like, apparently cement walls coming. They have to, like, jump out of the way of.
You have to, like, duck under them, or you have to, like, jump out from the sides. And there's also bombs that you can't hit with your lightsaber. Yeah. He's like, I didn't have any bombs.
I didn't have any of those.
It makes me feel like you were playing the tutorial the entire time.
Maybe, but it was hard.
It would have been in the tutorial, because that's how I learned not to touch them.
I was going to say, like, if that was the case, that would be the funniest goddamn thing in the world.
It was very funny. And I was, like, doing moves where I was, like, doing, like, tiny little movements, and then I would do, like, over the top ones. It was very fun.
It was awesome.
It was a lot of fun. And I wanted to do the Five Nights VR one. I really wanted to do that. But
we should all go and play that.
Yes,
we'd all be screaming.
Yes. Well, you guys would be. I'd be like, oh, cool.
I wonder what other horror games they might have.
There was one called, like, Emily Wants to Play. But I didn't see any trailer for it. I
thought it was called Emily is Gone.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm thinking of an indie game. I don't know.
Mary is Missing. That's something different.
Mary is Missing.
Sure.
No,
that could possibly be one. I don't fucking know.
George is Gone.
Twisted Metal VR. That's not a thing, but I saw Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal's a great game. We've mentioned that many times.
I would fucking play Twisted Metal VR.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Get on it. Get on it, game designers.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So yeah, that's what we did.
That's what we've been up to. What have you been up to?
Me?
Yes, you, Doopy.
Well, ever since the release of Trial or Collection of Mana, I've been trying to quell that itch to buy both the digital and the physical copy by playing Secret of Mana and doing a complete playthrough of that game. Now, I'm a fan of that series because of Legends of Mana. So I'd never actually got to play that game. And now I understand why that game is so cemented into the top RPGs for the SNES era. That game is fucking legendary.
Is it? Is it good? You having fun?
Oh, it's really fun. I suggest, if you ever have time, that you play it. It's going to be weird at first because the menu system is weird. But once you get used to it, you will understand that it's probably one of the best menu systems ever.
Cool.
Ever.
And, of course, I've been saying goodbye to my nieces. They are moving back to Florida.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, tonight's their last night. I might try to be able to...
You should go over there.
If I have time, I'll try to see them tonight. I do plan on being there. I still need to get one last story memorized before I get over there, so I can tell.
He tells them stories.
Oh.
I tell them Norse mythology tales.
Okay.
What?
That's just unusual. You honestly expect to say something like that and not for people to be like, "What? What are you talking about?" It's cool
stories.
Well, I kind of like mythology.
Yeah, me too.
And Norse mythology is really interesting because it's, well, you can make it more child appropriate than Greek mythology because Greek mythology is a lot of Zeus having sex with things.
Things, yeah.
No, I mean literally things. At one point,
swans.
He digs a hole in the ground, he fucks it, and has a baby with the earth.
There you go.
That's a thing. He gives birth.
Who hasn't done something like that?
Dionysus was a fetus that he extracted from a lady he had sex with. She wanted to see his real form, and he's like, you don't want to see that, it'll kill you. And she's like, you're just playing me. You're just playing me. You're just saying that because you're actually some street guy just going around sleeping with bitches. And he's like, well, you want to see it? Fine, die! And then becomes Zeus in front of her, and she dies immediately. So he takes the fetus from her and sticks it in his thigh. Then one time, just like a far time from after this, the baby is born from his thigh, just slops out to the ground, and Dionysus is born. That's how you get your god of drink. Through a very
wine.
gross
and... wine, specifically wine.
Specifically wine. Well, I'd be the god of any sort of alcohol after something like that.
Well, Jody has been...
I was going to say, I have been studying Greek mythology for like 2 weeks now, like just trying to memorize everything that I can.
It's crazy.
And your story of Dionysus is almost accurate.
I'm touching on like certain points, basically.
Yeah, Zeus and Dionysus' mother, they were in love, and he said to her, "I will grant you just any wish that you could ever want." And she asked to see him, Zeus, in his full glory. No mortal could ever see him in his full glory and live, but he couldn't refuse her. So that's how she died.
I mean, true, but also I like that situation of like, I need to know the truth. I need to know. Are you actually a god? And then him being like, no, geez, I can't really tell you that. It'll kill you. Yeah. And she'll be like, you're fucking with me.
Yeah, and then he just does it. But yeah.
Wow. What a story, Mark.
What a story, Mark.
Well, that's pretty neat.
But that is completely... Do we want to transfer into Peeps?
Yeah, sure.
Because mine will tie right into it. Speaking of Greek mythology, I've just been like really into it. What got me... I've always liked it.
Right.
And so now what kind of pushed me to just memorize it all so I could pull out facts out of my butt like you do.
Right.
Not out of your butt. No, you're not making them up, but you have them.
I kind of tweak them a little.
Well, yeah. Well, that's basically what all Greek mythology is. Yeah. But I've been reading this web comic. It's called Lore Olympus. I highly recommend it. It's amazing. You can get it on Webtoon, the app, for free. But my peeve is I finally succumbed to what comic book readers must hate the most, and that's waiting a whole goddamn week for the next episode. Or book or whatever.
Yeah.
I get you. That is...
Oh, it's so infuriating.
Because you gotta know, what the fuck happens next?
Yeah, you're like, what? I have to wait a whole week? Yeah.
Now imagine if the last book came out in 2011 and you're still waiting on the next one.
Oh, man.
That'd be bad, wouldn't it?
That would be horrible.
Thanks, Mr. Martin, for making us wait for so long.
Thanks, Railroad.
My theory's blown completely out of the water, by the way, that he was going to wait a week after the finale of the show and then announce it. Nope.
That would have been hilarious. Like, this is what actually happened.
Yeah. You guys didn't like that? Well, you're going to love this. My eyes are super itchy all of a sudden.
Why did you put that in the book?
maybe I will. Maybe that's the plot of the book.
All right.
Anyway.
But yes.
So you like it, though?
I love it. Absolutely love it. It's the story of... Well, I'll tell you later what it's about. It's really good. I highly recommend it if you're into any type of Greek mythology. Yes. It's so palatable and understandable. It makes it really easy for the reader to get into it.
It's not Shakespearean.
Highly recommend it. 12 out of 10.
Whoa. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well done.
So that's my peeve. I hate to wish my life away, but I'm like, I can't wait until Saturday.
Yeah,
so.
totally.
I hear ya.
Yeah.
Waiting is the worst.
Yep.
It is. Peeve closed. I'm not going to wait any longer for this next peeve.
Men?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want this one?
Men, yes. Yes.
Yes, this is a horrifying story.
Alright, so for this peeve...
Actually, I'm going to tune out and not listen for a while.
Okay, so my peeve here is when animals trust you so much they decide giving birth on your body is a good idea. This backstory to this, my very first cat was a cat that was named Pikachu. Because my mother thought it was cute. She knew about, like, a fraction about Pokemon, and she's like, well, I named it Pikachu because it's always peeking at you. I'm just like, well, that's...
It's always peeking at you.
I'm like, well, that's just too adorable to say no to. Yeah. I guess I'm going to go along with that. I had this cat for about a year, and then, she gets preggy.
Because she's a hoe.
Because she's a goddamn whore! Sorry. I apologize to the viewers.
To the
Did you call her
audience.
that? Like, you're a whore.
She was a little thought.
You should have spayed her.
I mean...
That's on you as an owner.
Yeah, that is true.
Spay and neuter your pets, y'all.
Yeah.
That is very true, but I felt kind of bad. I was like, I don't want a neuter that's like, taking her genitals away. And then she got pregnant. I'm like, God damn it, there's going to be babies everywhere.
That's right.
You thoughty bitch.
How did you know that she was pregnant?
How did I know? She
Yeah.
started to get large really quick.
Really? Yeah, and you were like, what's wrong with you?
And she didn't eat as much as she filled out.
Oh, so then you just figured, or did you take her to a vet?
Well, the thing is, my family has been around animals for a very long time.
Okay.
We've bred dogs for a very long time.
So you just knew.
We start to see the signs about what's pregnant, especially the most prominent sign being like when the nipples start to grow.
Right.
That starts to happen.
Did you know that? Stop tuning out. Get off your phone.
I'm not listening.
We know.
Anyway, fast forward. It is now me working at this gas station joint. And I work third shift, so when I get home, I am exhausted. I am super exhausted. My mother ended up leaving for my Aunt Bess because she was going through a hard time. And I'm pretty much the only one at the house. Because my dad's off fishing or whatnot. So I'm there with my cat. My cat curls up into my lap while I'm, like, starting to pass out. She keeps making these weird noises. Like, I'm just like, are you okay? Is everything alright? And then, like, I semi-pass out, and then I feel wetness. My first notion was, this bitch just peed on me. And then I look down, and it's blood. It's blood and a tiny moving thing. And I'm just like, oh my god! And I, like, lean up real quick, and I almost drop the baby, but I caught it with one hand.
Oh, God. Was it still in the sack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was still in that little membrane thing.
Thanks for listening to Peeves and Qs. This has been the final episode.
So I had to hurry up. I ran it into the kennel that it was supposed to give birth in, but she would never fucking go around. So I ran it into there. I panicked. I almost grabbed my phone before I realized my hand is still covered in blood. Oh. I run back out of the room, grab a fresh towel, and I rub my hand off, because you don't think.
Right,
you don't think.
You're just like, ah!
You're just panicking. I got yelled at so much.
For ruining the towel.
It was a white towel with like a nice large long handprint just rubbed right on it. And I called my mother and I'm like, Mom, my cat's giving birth. And she's like, okay, well just lay next to her and she'll just,
It'll happen.
It'll happen. I'm like, she gave birth in my lap. She's like, are my sheets okay? No, your sheets are fine, but my pajamas are ruined. She's like, oh, we'll get you new ones. Click.
So, is your son okay? No, he's scarred for life.
After that, I change pajamas, I lay down next to the kennel, and I pass out. And that's that.
So how many kittens did she have?
She had about, like, 9.
Well, yeah, they always have huge litters, usually. Whew.
She had a lot. And the Keister was actually the first one born.
I was going to say, and so the cat that you have here.
Yep, that was the firstborn cat. And that was a cat that I almost killed, but I saved with one hand.
Well,
that should say a lot about you that she was comfortable enough to give birth on you. Yeah, normally, like, animals, like, run and hide because they, they don't want somebody.
Right. But, like, yeah, she was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this here.
I would be terrified.
I was scared shitless when it happened. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
These are my Adventure Time pajamas.
Not my Adventure Time pajamas.
I love those pajamas. I mean, I don't watch the show that often. I do like the show. I haven't watched it all the way through, but I like those pajamas a lot.
Wow.
No, they'll never be the same. You'll never be able to watch that show without being like, ugh.
I still have those pajamas. I mean, you can bleach that stuff out.
Sure. Good peeve.
Yeah, good peeve.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
That's awesome and terrifying at the same time.
I feel lightheaded. Okay, well, I guess that makes it my turn, right? You guys could say something. Yeah.
I'm waiting for you, bitch.
I don't know that I specifically have a peeve.
You're the one who asked before we even started.
I always do this where I just emptily say, do you guys have a peeve? And I don't. So
I have one for you.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is this your way of working around to saying, I hate when I do this podcast and I don't have a peeve?
Yes, I hate this podcast is what I'm saying. I'm interested to know my peeve.
How about, isn't there a certain level on Mario Maker 2 that you're just peeved at right now? Maybe by a certain creator.
I guess.
That you can't beat.
I guess I could.
You could use that as a peeve, is all I'm saying.
I could. So Mario Maker 2 came out recently, and people who are fans of Game Grumps, like I am, will know that they played Mario Maker 1 when that came out, and they have a guy who works at Game Grumps named Ross, who made very impossibly hard levels. And so when Mario Maker 2 came out, he of course was like, I'm going to continue to make super hard levels. And he made one, Companion Spring version 2 or whatever, that I'm trying to play and trying to beat, and it's very difficult.
Man, that would peeve me off.
Yes, it's very peevish.
How about peakish?
What is that supposed to be?
Like you're peakish.
Like Pekingese?
No, like you're... Or peckish, I guess.
Okay, all right. There we go. That's a word. Yeah, so...
Sorry.
Although it does kind of... it's fine if you have a hard level. That's all right. I do get a little angry when levels are very long and difficult and don't have any checkpoints in them.
Yes, that would be super annoying.
It gets to the point where it's just like, all right, you're just trying to be, you just think that it should be harder than it should be. It doesn't need to be this tough. Once you perfect a part... At this point, you're just going through it. You may not even be dying at that point anymore. So,
right.
Put in checkpoints in your levels, bros. Just do it. Broettes.
I'd like to finish off your peeve by saying, God damn it, Ross.
God damn it, Ross. That's right. All right. Well, that was my peeve, I guess.
I'm glad I could help you.
Very light. Yeah, thank you. Who would like to go first with our third and final, well, maybe not final, I don't remember, segment? Questions. Who has a question?
I can go first.
Do it. Please.
Since we're talking about Greek mythology.
Yes, let's continue speaking of it.
I want to know who your favorite god and or goddess is in Greek, specifically, mythology.
Okay.
Mine.
Yeah, you go first.
Is the goddess Persephone, goddess of spring.
Yes.
Who is... would you call it married or just owned by?
It's like a forced marriage.
Okay, forced marriage to Hades, king of the underworld.
Oh, no. Not Hades.
Spoilers, that's basically what Lore Olympus, the comic that I'm reading about, that's about them, together.
Why is that a spoiler?
Well, because you might not know that.
All right.
But yeah, because I just really like plants, and I discovered that this week because... It's spring and summer and getting all the stuff ready outside, so...
Technically, in this part of the story, she would be home with her mother before she has to
Yes, you're right, yep. Yeah.
Fuck off back to the underworld. And then winter comes because her mother's fucking sad.
Yep.
And everything is dead. And...
That's why we have winter, folks. It's because Persephone goes back to the underworld for 3 months.
That's not nice.
So here in Michigan.
Michigan.
She must be down there for 5 months.
Yeah, she's down there forever.
Yeah.
She takes a while to come around and wake people up from their winter slumber. What about you, my friend? My good dude.
That's a really hard one.
It is.
I know.
I think my favorite one is actually Prometheus, even though he has the most fucking tragic ending.
It's my favorite Alien movie, too, so...
Prometheus was... I don't know if he was a god or a titan. I can't remember.
He was a god. He was the fire guy?
I mean, he gave he gave the fire of knowledge to humans.
Oh, right.
And Zeus was just like, what the fuck? And so...
fuck, man?
He's like...
Bro...
Prometheus was probably just like, it's not that big of a deal. And Zeus was like, no, I wanted the fucking stupid. You know what's going to happen to you? You're going to have your eyes eaten every fucking day. Your stomach's going to be eaten by a bird every day. And I'm going to make sure that you're nice and healthy by the next day so we can do it all over the fuck again. And technically, in that story, that's still happening. So he is enduring hell so that we have technology.
Well, that was nice of him. We should go save him. Where is he? What's he doing right now?
Probably getting his entrails eaten out by a crow.
But where is he? Where?
Mount Olympus.
On Olympus.
Oh, well, let's go there. So, Peeves and Qs will be taking a break while we go save Prometheus. Cool. Well.
Nice.
Nice.
I could tell you were looking up gods.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, no?
I was just switching around stuff on my computer. I'd say Hermes.
Good choice.
Because he's pretty cool. I like him. He flies around. He's got the winged boots. He delivers messages.
He is he is said to be the most cunning and swiftest of the gods.
And you say he's pretty cool. So
he is awesome and respected by, I would say everybody.
Nobody has a problem with
nobody
Hermes.
has.
Yeah, so.
Unlike Apollo can go fuck himself.
Oh, yeah?
Apollo's a dick. He thinks, just because the sun shines out of my ass, the sun shines out of my ass.
I'm the sun, baby.
Yeah, look how fucking bright I am. Look at these teeth. They're literal solar rays.
He's also the god of song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a huge prick. Huh. Apollo can go fuck himself.
He is a dick.
Hermes is a good choice.
Thank you. I just like him. We just watched the Odyssey from the 80s 90s miniseries movie. That was fun.
Starring Christopher Lee. Vanessa Williams.
I wouldn't use the word starring, but they're in it. Yeah.
And Isabella Rossellini.
And I don't know. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
You ever seen The Odyssey?
Which one?
That one that we just talked about. The one we just spent 5 minutes talking about. That one. You ever see that movie? We just spent all that time talking about it. Which one? Which one, Jody? I wonder. Probably the one with Christopher Lee and Isabella Rossellini in it. Oh my god.
I haven't seen that one.
Have you seen that one?
I think I seen it a long time ago when I was in school.
Which one? Which one did you see a long time ago in school?
You could have seen the really, really old one.
Maybe.
I don't know which one. It had a very blue-eyed man. I think it was the guy from Judge Dredd, who was like the bad clone. He wasn't Judge Dredd.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm trying to remember the name of the actor. I don't know the name of the actor, but I'm pretty sure he was the guy who played Odysseus. There we go.
Well, let's look up Judge Dredd movie 2012.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this guy would have been pretty old then.
Yeah.
Because he was like 50 in the Odyssey or something like that.
He probably wasn't that old because he had to play a guy who then aged 20 years.
Oh, Lena Headey was in that movie. Judge Dredd.
Really?
Cersei Lannister. And Domhnall Gleeson. Sorry, I'm getting a little off track here. What was this clone's name?
He just said he didn't remember.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember much. It was a childhood movie that I watched a lot.
All right.
Well, I even played the SNES game, which wasn't very good.
The 2012 version.
Yeah.
I guess so.
That you grew up with.
That was 7 years ago.
Yeah, but that's... Alright.
You do realize I'm like, I don't know, 27?
Yeah, you're older than me, so this is not growing up. But doesn't matter. Move on. Go on. Move on.
Anyway, that was my question.
I like it. It's cool. What's your favorite Roman god? I like Mars. Because there's a planet named after that one.
Aren't Roman and Greek gods kind of...
They're the same, but it's like the different names,
they're like
different things.
Wait, do they have completely different mythologies?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe a little. I skipped over this book that I'm reading of the Roman gods because I honestly don't care.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. If we're going to just choose planets because...
Then it's obviously Uranus.
No.
Obviously.
Which is the very first god.
Really?
Yes, that's Zeus's grandfather.
I found out that in the movie Hercules, they when they talk about the planets aligning, they only show like 6 planets, which includes Earth. And I found out that they actually, in that time, only knew about 6 planets. So
Disney does their research,
yeah, that's
man.
really cool. That's something you just don't even think about, but then somebody points out and you're like, whoa, which is what I did when I heard about it. I was like, whoa.
Venus, I guess, would be my favorite Roman god.
Cool.
Yes.
Why?
It's just basically Aphrodite.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So.
In that case, mine is Vulcan.
Vulcan.
Yep. As far as I know,
God
he is
what?
Hephaestus.
Asbestos.
Sure. Breathe it. Breathe it deep.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Inhale.
Cool. All right, well, good question, Jody.
Thank you.
I liked it.
I knew Doopy would like that question.
Yeah, I did.
Do you have a question for group?
All right, sure. I have a question. You're in a corridor. It
Am I?
stretches long and far.
Okay.
Down this corridor, there is some sort of silhouette. It seems formless, but it starts to take form in front of you.
This is
What
scary.
do you see?
What do you see?
What do I see?
Yes, what do you see?
I see a brown bear looking at me.
I can see a frog. I can see a dog. I can see a ladder leaning on a log.
I could see a man completely comprised of bacon bits. And they're all shifting and cooking and also raw.
Cooking and raw.
Why?
Because that's what he sees.
It's a fucking nightmare, dude. What do you want?
Oh, it's a nightmare? Then I see a werewolf.
Seriously?
No.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
What do you see, Joe?
I see like a... It's probably a woman because I feel like women are scarier.
They can be. They'll take all your money.
Wow.
We gotta fucking leave all on this night. 59 episodes is a good run.
Yep.
Good night, we're dying.
We're dead.
It's over.
No, just like a old decrepit woman who's like
Yeah.
maybe like skin is falling off her face. I
Ooh.
honestly like that scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Cool. Well, this is actually a great time to lead into something that I've actually wanted to talk about this whole episode but forgot about, which is, do you guys know, I've talked to Jody about this, and I've talked about this on my channel, so...
yes.
Do you guys know what aphantasia is?
Yes.
No.
Because you told me about it.
Because I told you about it. Well, apparently, when other people say things like, imagine that you're in a room or whatever, and they close their eyes, they can actually, like, see a room as if they're in a room.
You can imagine it?
Kind of.
Okay.
But, like, more visual than that. And I can't do that. And I've never been able to do that. I can't, like, see a room.
He can't like put himself in the room.
Right. Yeah, kind of. Like, I've been in rooms, so I could imagine a room, but I don't know what it looks like, so I don't know what a person in it would look like. Like, you say there's a shapeless figure that's just kind of formless and just floating around. That's all I'm imagining, and then it doesn't really take any other form of shape. I could imagine what would be scary, or I could imagine what would be cool, but I'm not actually seeing it. I'm like, what if it were like that? I'm making it happen. So I don't know. A Pokemon. It's Ghastly! Who's that Pokemon?
That
Zubat.
was the most roundabout way for a fuck you shit post
No,
moment.
it's true. It's true. It is true.
No, but like when
No,
you,
I understand what you're saying.
like,
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
when someone says do you be like close your eyes and imagine that you're on a beach, like can you do that?
A little bit. I fill in details like
Yeah.
like just at random.
But I guess there are people out there who like can actually like they're like I'm on a beach.
Right.
They
I don't-
can fully put themselves in there. I'd say I'm one of those in between people. Like I can imagine a beach and but like I'm not there. I'm not. Like,
Right. Like
I still
I don't
don't
think
know.
what I'm doing is the same as that. I'm just filling in details.
I still don't know if I'm thinking of it correctly because I don't understand it
You're
at
making
all.
it sound like almost like a audio visual hallucination.
That's
almost.
what these people on like the subreddit and like on these videos that talk about it. That's what they kind of say that normal people are like they're actually seeing stuff, and I don't understand it.
oh, so like if someone's like imagine that you're on a beach. So like the people who can do that, like they imagine like the seagulls like making noises in the background.
I
They can
guess.
like hear the waves.
I don't
like,
know if I don't know
crashing.
if it translates to like hearing.
Well, they could if they like immerse themselves in it.
Maybe, yeah.
Or like they would just know that those sounds would be there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very weird subject, but the fact that he brought this up to me, I'm like, everything makes sense now, that you can never put yourself near anyone else. Like, in anyone else's shoes.
Well, you are, like, translating it to, like, weird areas that I don't think apply.
I can kind of understand what she's trying to say.
You don't even know what she's talking
yes,
about.
Yes, he does. He gets it.
No,
because he knows you.
I can do that.
You you don't know. Yeah, you can't, though.
Let's name one example.
Like, when we went to therapy, and, you know, they'd be like,
okay, that's
go
not
back.
someone else's shoes, but yeah.
You can't even go back to your own shoes.
Right. Alex, tell me what I might think on a very daily basis. What kind of shit runs through my head?
You are an exception.
That's what I fucking thought.
No, you are an enigma and an anomaly.
I am not that mysterious. I'm pretty fucking basic.
You think about coffee.
What do I think about?
You think about the future, and you think about like white picket fences.
I guess in the future.
The future.
You think about going to work tomorrow and how much you don't want to do it. I know what you think about.
Yeah.
Future. I got that fucking stupid Squidward thing in my head. I wished my girlfriend never showed me that fucking thing.
You think about coffee and Japanese anime video games. That's what you think about.
On a daily basis.
Yeah.
You fuck.
I think about Super Mario Maker 2 and Undertale.
You don't think of anything in the future.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, creature of the moment.
If
you think of the future, it's usually by week basis.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, whereas I can think fully into the future.
Well, I think you are great. Say something nice about me now. Do it.
I think you're handsome and your haircut looks great.
Thanks.
I think you look like a father's boy instead of a mother's boy.
Well, that's better, I guess.
Why?
Why?
Women are the weaker species? Right, is that what you're thinking?
Exactly correct. Thank you very much, clever girl. You solved the riddle.
Anyway, thanks for asking that question.
59 episodes was enough. We're done.
I'll ask a question now.
What's up?
What's that cat doing over there?
He's so cute.
He's just sitting in the corner of a chair, just like looking at us, watching over us like Batman.
He has the biggest eyes. It's always like, what?
Yeah, that's because he's appalled. What? We're making so much noise.
What?
Will you guys shut the fuck up?
It's actually super creepy. The cat's staring directly into my eyes. Okay, now it's just like, you seeing this? I'm looking at you. Do you believe this guy?
I'm surprised that he's even out here with how much noise we're making.
Seriously.
He's such a skin squad.
I'm actually super creeped out and unsettled. He won't look away from me. Stop! Okay.
He's seriously not stopping.
He will not.
That's my boy.
He will not look away from me. I'm going to look away from him.
Okay.
Anyway, so my question is, what character would you like to be introduced into Smash Brothers?
This is a great question.
Of any character.
Of any character
Any character. It doesn't have to be video games. It could be TV or movie, or it can be a real life person.
Oh, I mean, I know Sakurai would never do anything aside from video game movies.
Right,
because he said, like, he's not doing anime inside of Smash Bros. Because of how complicated the licensing can get.
Yeah, I'm not taking realism or what would happen into consideration here. I'm saying what would be
strictly design.
Yeah, what would be cool.
What's yours?
I would say Sans from Undertale. But everybody, there's like kind of a joke about that, like put Sans in Smash. I'd say actually a more interesting character from Undertale to put in would be Undyne, because she's a fighter and that's her role in the game.
I mean, you can't say that
she's a warrior.
Sans isn't a fighter. Like, sure, he's got a glass jaw and everything, but he's got power.
Yeah, he would be really cool, but everyone says that, and it would, I think, make more sense. That'd be really hard to do, too.
I think the easiest thing to do with him would probably be the grapples. Because of that, well, like in the boss fight with Sans, he's literally just tossing that heart around.
Oh, right.
Basically, he'd be doing that, just poof.
Yeah. And then, like, the area you're standing on, bones would come up and everything. Spoilers, by the way, for Undertale. Kind of.
I think it's been long enough.
Well, you'd think so. Some of us still haven't played it.
Okay.
Anyway, so that'd be cool. I'm gonna try to think of other stuff, but you guys answer first. Go ahead. Ooh, Littlefoot from Neverending. Land Before Time. That'd be cute.
Why?
I don't know. It'd be cute.
It'd be cute?
Yeah.
Dead in an instant.
Yeah. Definitely. Not a fighter.
I have two that came to mind.
Yeah?
My first one being Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Oh, that'd be so sweet.
The memes.
The memes, totally.
The memes.
That'd be so funny. Which version? Matthew Lillard?
I mean, I want to say Matthew Lillard. I don't think people would understand or gravitate as much to it as I would. So I would say a classic cartoon, Shaggy. Maybe voiced by Matthew Lillard.
There you go.
Like, combine those worlds.
I mean, he does a very good Shaggy voice.
He does a great voice.
He's perfect.
Okay, my other one would be Ian Malcolm.
Oh, from Jurassic Park.
Dr. Ian Malcolm.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Because it's not just like Jeff Goldblum in there. It's specifically Dr. Ian Malcolm. So he'd have like some chaos like rant or something. Like taunt.
He would just like, and then like nothing would make sense for a while. And
it would just be really cool to immortalize a awesome character like forever.
Totally. That'd be sweet. I'd love that.
That would be my 2 picks.
That'd be cool. What about you?
Well, I can't just pick one.
Okay.
I didn't pick one.
So I'm going to have to do 2 as well. As of lately, I've been really hoping that the Doom Guy rumors have been true.
Doom?
Yeah, Doom Guy.
Okay.
Like the Doom Marine.
Right.
But like the fan name is, as far as I know, the fan name is the Doom Guy.
Doom Guy.
I just love to see him going ripping and tearing all the Nintendo characters to shreds. I think that would be the greatest sensation ever.
It would be.
It would be.
The cat has returned to his corner and is back to staring dead into my soul.
He's like, I'm not doing anything.
Doopy, tell me something. Did you recently lose that cat, and when it came back, it suddenly had like a taste for human flesh or something?
I mean, he's not much of a biter.
All right, good.
What was your other one?
My other one? A lot of people, if anybody listens to this and is a Smash person, they'll probably groan as soon as I say it, but I want a Fire Emblem character.
Oh, yeah.
And
well, isn't Roy from Fire Emblem?
Yeah, Roy is from Fire Emblem.
There you go. Then you got it. Stand back. We don't need you anymore.
No, I want a very specific one, and it's only different by a weapon choice. I want Hector from Fire Emblem, the first one to arrive in America. I want him in it as an axe user, because I think that'd be fucking sick, because there's no axe users in Smash Brothers. The closest thing we got is King Dedede, and he uses a hammer. It's kind of there in spirit, but not really.
Well, is an axe not just a very round sword? Think about it. Anyway,
don't you mean to say isn't an axe a very thin hammer?
There you go. That too. Very sharp hammer.
No, I really like the idea.
He's like, no.
I really like the idea of having an axe wielder in that game.
That would be cool.
And having it be Hector
of Troy.
That night, like his armor design. It's pretty cool.
Sweet. Well,
more capes. More capes.
We need more
no capes. I think it would be cool if they made a version of Smash Brothers that was all Pokemon.
What would you call it?
Pokken Tournament.
Okay, what is that?
Well, I mean, it's not exactly Smash, but...
Well, then I don't care. What do you mean, though?
There's a Pokemon fighting game called Pokken Tournament.
Okay. Cool. Well,
if I could think of one, I would like them to have better female characters.
Yeah.
Because I've played through most of them on Smash, and I am just really not wowed by any of them.
Why are Daisy and Peach the exact same character?
They have the exact same powers.
Yeah.
One's an Echo Fighter because Daisy really isn't utilized very much in that universe.
Yeah, in any universe.
She's a cunt.
Stop it. Why are you
I have one more. I have one more I need to add to my list.
Do it.
Waluigi for Smash.
All right, yeah.
Why isn't Waluigi on there?
At this point, it's too memey because that's.
I don't give a fuck.
No, they'll never do it. I think at this point, but it'd be cool. They put Banjo-Kazooie in.
They put Banjo in. Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
I want Shovel Knight to be like a real playable character, not just like a trophy that shows up. That'd be cool.
It is kind of sad that it feels like a missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would definitely been a really good representative for the indie market.
Yeah, definitely. Or like other knights like King Knight, Spectre Knight would be cool. Spectre Knight.
I prefer Plague Knight.
Yeah, Plague Knight.
Jafar.
Ooh, Jafar!
From Aladdin would be a good one. Because you don't have any Disney.
The Genie.
Ooh, the Genie. That'd be a good one, too.
Would be good.
What about just, like, Iago?
That'd be so funny. That'd be an
He'd be, like,
trophy.
so tiny.
Yeah.
Like,
I would play that character just to hear Gilbert Gottfried cursing all the characters out. Like, fucking kid keeps pulling my feathers.
Sebastian from The Little Mermaid.
Oh.
I'd love to just see weird side Disney characters.
Nico
Flounder.
from Pocahontas, the raccoon.
Yeah. The tree, the spirit tree.
Grandmother Willow.
Yes.
That's her name.
Excuse me.
That'd be cool. She'd actually be a badass character.
Cool.
She'd probably be better than Daisy.
Wow.
I'm sensing some Daisy hate.
I hate Daisy.
Why?
Because...
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. You know what? You've convinced me.
I just don't like her.
All right,
I just don't like that they basically took Peach
and made another one.
Made it for Luigi.
I guess they did the same thing with like Richter and Simon. But the fact that Richter and Simon are in Smash at any point ever, that is beautiful to me.
What is Simon?
You know Simon.
Simon Belmont. Richter Belmont.
Who's Richter Belmont?
Okay. Well,
I've played as those characters. I know who you're talking about.
After this episode ends, I got some teaching to do.
Okay. Speaking
You're
of which...
gonna be schooled.
Speaking of which, we have 15 minutes left in this episode.
You have a game you want to play?
Yeah, let's play Smash Brothers.
Oh, well, no.
Jesus Christ.
Well, let me flip through the book and find something. I brought the book.
Hello, Brian.
The book, yeah, hello, brain book.
Hello, Brian.
Let's find out. What do we have here? There's got to be stuff.
Are you gonna cut this?
No. Here is a game where, so this is, again, from the makers of Good Job Brain. They made a book, and it's full of games and stuff. And they have this one game, I don't know if this is just this page, but William Shakespeare.
Okay.
Try to guess what the game is based on that name.
You have to make up William Shakespeare shit.
Sort of. They've taken popular song lyrics and lines and Shakespeareized them. And I'm gonna read them to you, and you guys have to try to guess what the original song lyric is.
Okay.
Wait, we did all give a peeve and a Q, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We're
good.
Just want to make sure we did. Okay. I wilt ne'er relinquish thee, nor causeth thee dismay, nor divert, nor forsaketh thee.
It's like...
Oh my
never
god,
heard-
that's amazing.
Read it again.
Never gonna give you up.
Yeah, okay.
Never gonna let you down. I fucking love that song and that
the first
meme.
one.
That is a good one. Okay.
'Tis mad, yet give me leave, pray, to present mine numerals, and perhaps convene anon.
Oh, hey, I just met you, and this is
crazy.
I would have never
So
got
here's
that.
my number.
Numbers,
So call me maybe.
Yeah.
This is fun. Alright, let's see. Let's see what's next. Where are we here?
Come on.
You guys vamp while I do this.
What? Vamp?
Say stuff.
I was like, what?
Vampire.
Halt! Rally to me, and hark! I, the frosted knave, hath returned now with modish forging.
Stop in the name of love.
Close.
No. Stop.
Yep. What do you
In
do
the
after you...
name of
No,
love.
stop saying that.
Stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is
back with brand new listen.
Oh!
Addition.
I was trying
Invention.
so
Brand new
hard.
invention.
Brand new invention. Something.
I
There's a
can't
hold
think
me
of anything.
tightly. Flows like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know.
I do. God, stop.
I don't know you're an ice fan.
Oh, yes. Yep. I am.
That's cool.
Well, he only has one song, so it's not that hard.
You should see his movie.
Which one?
Which one?
RV there
Teenage
yet?
Mutant Ninja Turtles
RV
3?
there yet?
No, like his actual made movie for him.
Oh, no.
He has his own movie.
He's such a
Who is that
prick.
RV there yet? Is that Ice Cube? Wow, guys, just completely
I don't
dropped the
know.
ball there.
I'm sorry, I was trying to figure out what the fuck you were saying.
What about this one?
Lore. I know who it is. I can't think of his.
What gamester hath emancipated mine hounds? What gamester? What gamester?
who let the dogs
What
out?
gamester? Yes.
That's funny.
I got that immediately.
I'm so good at these.
These are very... You are good at these.
Whoa.
Whoa. They have more. Do you want to keep going?
Yes.
Let's do a few more.
This is
do a
gonna
few more.
interesting.
All right. Let's see. I'm trying to think of ones that you guys would know because I would know, which
Okay.
is not super fair, but it's fine. I beckon thee, let sweetness cascade upon mine skin. Call it your affection. That's what I deserve within. Wait,
Is it
that's what I desire within.
pour some sugar on me?
Yep.
Oh, really?
In the name of
I'm
love.
shit at this. Fucking fuck.
Okay, what about... No, this one's a long one, so you have plenty of time. If you get it immediately, wait, because I want to see if you figure it out. Okay. The lady nabs mine riches at times of down and out.
Yep.
I, her, a frivolous familiar of mine, without a doubt. Oh, a miner of gilded jewels, or the village wide. Her, a miner of mines, and of what is mine.
You know it.
Jody got
Is this English breakfast?
No, it's not English breakfast.
Take a look at my girlfriend.
Oh, that's a good...
He's the only one I got. No, that wasn't that.
That's not it. The lady nabs mine riches. What does that mean?
She has my money.
Uh-huh.
What does she do with your money
What do you call
specifically?
somebody?
Nabbing it.
Yeah, what's another word for nabbing? If I do this, what have I done?
Dates you.
Are you talking about a gold digger?
Yeah.
Gold digger!
Oh shit!
She takes my money when I'm in need.
When I'm in need. I fucking love it.
Man, that's an old song.
What about this one? Last one we'll do. Mine creamy concoction shall barken wandering fellows to the garden.
What?
They clamor.
Oh.
'Tis finer than thine. Oh, truth! 'Tis finer than thine. Instructions I shall deliver, 'pon payment of gold and silver.
What?
My milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard.
Yep.
I don't know why, but when you started saying something about spraying, my first thought was skeet.
That's it. That's what I thought too.
I was like, wait, did they do the whole entire
skeet,
fucking
skeet.
line just to say skeet?
So-
To the window, to the wall.
Oh, hey.
That's what I thought at first.
Right.
And then when you said to the the courtyard or whatever.
Yeah. Something
Oh,
like that.
Yeah.
God damn.
So that was, thank you once
Ooh.
again to Good Job Brain for providing content for our show.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
That was fun.
It was fun.
I can't believe it. I don't think I would have gotten that first one. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
We're gonna give you that was good.
Yeah.
You got the first one, and then you.
Then I took a shit.
Yeah,
He crapped
fell off
out.
the
I couldn't do anything.
It's fine. It happens. All right. Well, I guess thank you for listening. I mean, I guess thanks. It's been a very hostile episode.
Yeah.
You guys are mean.
Whew.
You guys are
Sorry,
mean.
I'm very aggressive.
Obviously, we were talking about the one that we were just talking about. That movie. We were talking about it the whole time.
Sorry.
Well,
It wasn't even a movie. It was a miniseries.
Yeah, or
I don't
something.
even know what you're talking about.
The
What was the
Odyssey.
movie?
I've never even
Miniseries.
seen Oddballs. I don't know what you're
Oddballs.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, if you want to find us on Twitter and complain about this episode, you can do that at Peeves and Qs. There's also an email address, which you can send us longer stuff if you have your own questions or peeves or whatever. What?
I said which we didn't read.
Oh, yeah, we have a comment. Maybe we'll read it next episode. We'll
Yeah.
see. Well, next episode is actually our 60th episode, 3-year anniversary spectacular.
It is.
So that's exciting.
Yep.
All right. Oh, that's peevesandqspodcast@gmail.com, by the way. I didn't say it. All right. Well.
Where
I'm
can
on.
I find you at Twitter?
Yeah, you can find me. I'm at Mr. spelled the long way, Red2342. That's at Mr. Red2342.
And you can find me on Twitter at CleverGirl, the letter F and the letter X.
Hell yeah, dude.
And you can find me in the dumpster, rummaging around the dumpster for any sort of important thing that I need to use to complete my newest Instagram post. Been kind of sitting on a sour mark, but hopefully I'll have something up very soon.
And what's your Instagram?
Andy Rooney.
Numbers?
47?
Nope.
I forgot.
I think it's 970, right?
Yeah, it's Andy.Rooney.790.
790.
Nice.
Awesome. Also, the Child's Play movie I saw.
And we'll see you back and talk about that later.
We'll talk about it later. Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Heard it was shit.